Yo, what's up, guys? This is Red Pill Mystic. I'm releasing my very first program from a while ago. It's called True Power Unleashed. I'm giving it to you guys as a free video, just as sort of a thank you for your support over time. And basically, what I want you to understand is this program is designed to motivate you and jumpstart you, but it's not a good long-term mentality, right? To embrace. You got to understand, when I recorded this program, I was in a very different state of mind. I was in a bit more of an egotistical state of mind. And although it's an effective go-getter mentality, it's an effective strategy to be motivated, it's not a good long-term lifestyle mentality. And the very last chapter of this program is actually the most important one, because it tells you that you eventually need to snap out of that ambitious mindset, because if you don't, it will consume you. It's like a mask that if you wear for too long will be more destructive than productive. So if you're someone who's very lazy and in a very low place right now, this program is like a good kick in the ass. It's a good jumpstart, but it's not the final sort of mind frame you want to stay in. So just remember that chapter 6 is the most important chapter. I hope you enjoy it. I will not be releasing any other of my programs for free. I'm only doing this one because it was such an entry-level sort of beta testing program. So it's something I don't mind letting go of. And with that said, I hope you enjoy.
So young, our lives have just begun, but already we are considering escape from this world. And we've waited for so long for this moment to come. We're so anxious to be together, together. Place and where only to lose. So before life tears us apart, death bless me with you. Won't you die tonight for love? Join me there. So when you die, join me. Life, it ain't worth living. Join me. This life, it ain't worth living. Join me. This life ain't worth living. Won't you die tonight for love? Join me. Join me.
Welcome to True Power Unleashed. I am your host, Itachi. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Reject everything. Everything you have been taught up to this point by society, by your teachers, by your friends, by your parents, by your lover, by whoever. Everything you have been taught up to this point is incorrect. It is false. It has been instilled in you to deceive you, to brainwash you into thinking in a way that seems ideal and seems positive and seems like it's going to get you what you want, but will actually lead you in the exact opposite direction. You think you've been, given good information. Oh, I'll go to school, and then I'll go to college, and then I'll get a good job, and then I'll get a good wife, and everything will just work itself out. That couldn't be farther from the truth. The wolves are out to get you. You have to understand, there are two people in this world. There are wolves and there are sheep, right? There are pimps and there are hoes. The wolves create a narrative, a story, a fiction, a fantasy, right? That they then feed to the sheeps to get them nice and fat, and then they eat them, right? They lull you into a coma, into a mind control induced coma, and then once they have you nice and plump and juicy, they eat you. See, everything you've been told is a lie, down to the most microscopic of details. Everything from your diet to how you interact with the opposite sex to what you think are acceptable social norms. All of it is false. And I'm going to go into every topic in this chapter of why that is false. Number one, I feel the most important category is to start with is the diet. Everything you have been told about nutrition is a lie. All of the foods you're eating are making you think sick thoughts, which are only making the mind control you're under stronger. You don't drink milk for strong bones. Okay, milk leaches more calcium from your bones than it gives you when you drink it, because it is man-made. Cow milk is not natural. The cow we have today is a hybrid animal. It has an incomplete cellular structure, meaning it is acidic. Okay? When you consume unnatural substances, they create unnatural reactions in your body. Cow milk is acidic, it's mucus forming, it causes dementia when the mucus sits on your brain after consuming so much milk for so many years. That's where dementia and Alzheimer's comes from. That's where arthritis in your hands comes from. So many sicknesses are caused by the food you have been poisoned and brainwashed to eat. You were not meant to consume animal flesh. If you were meant to consume animal flesh, you would have long, razor-sharp teeth. You would have the speed to hunt down a gazelle and tear it limb from limb and consume it. Vultures have a chemical in their stomachs, or an enzyme, I suppose, that allows them to eat dead, rotten flesh without being poisoned. A vulture can eat an animal that's been dead for days or weeks or whatever, right? It can eat a dead animal, and its intestines will not rot, and it will not become poisoned. It has a certain enzyme or chemical in its stomach acid that prevents rotten food from destroying it. A vulture is nature's trash can, right? It was meant to eat these dead, rotting animals. You, as a human being, were not meant to eat dead, rotting animals. And when you eat something that's dead, it will create death within inside you. When you eat something that's alive, it will create life within inside you. The plants you're supposed to eat, the herbs you're supposed to eat, they have oxygen in them. They have green matter. They have life in them. You eat something that's alive, it breathes life into you. It's that simple. The truth is so much more simple than you have been brainwashed to believe. But you've been tricked into thinking, oh, I'm supposed to drink cow milk. Oh, I have to eat flesh 3 times a day. Oh, it's all about the protein. This is bullshit. You don't need protein. You need iron. You need herbs. You need grains, natural grains. You need vegetables, fruits, and plants. You don't need meat and dairy and artificial sugars and artificial starches. All of these will poison you. All of these will make you die prematurely. They will shave off 20 to 30 years from your life. It's poison. Everything you've been taught about nutrition is poison. Research Dr. Sebi if you want more on the nutrition aspect of this. I will be releasing programs, as far as helping people with nutrition as well, the full diet, the full breakdown, everything you need from A to Z, every plant, every herb you need to, have a complete healthy diet. I will go into that. But that's just one aspect of life you need to reject, is the standard American diet, aka SAD. The SAD diet is what you need to reject. That's the first thing you need to reject. Number two, I suppose one other aspect you are brainwashed is thinking women are better than you. See, that's another aspect of life where men are brainwashed. Everything in the society promotes women and worships women and puts them on a pedestal to get you to chase them and give them your resources and, spend money on them and see them as much bigger and better than they are. The reality is, women are just sad clowns who have to wear makeup to look as good as you do. If you ever see women without makeup, they look like shit. The secret is that you're the valuable one. You're the one with the money. You're the one with the power. But society can't tell you that as a man, right? Because if men know how valuable they are, they start setting the rules themselves. They start creating their own expectations, and then the powers that be suddenly aren't so powerful anymore. So you've been brainwashed and tricked into thinking you're so much more worthless than you are, so that you can keep bleeding your time and energy and resources into the machine, right? When a corporation hires you, they hire the best man for the job, and then they pay him a tenth of what he's actually worth. Because if they started paying him what he's completely worth, he would have enough money saved up to go and start his own company, and then he would be in direct competition with that company, right? So it's the same thing with men in society. They have tricked you into thinking you are so much less valuable, and they give you so much less than you deserve, so that you keep putting 100% of your effort into powering the machine, and you only get 1% of your just dues in return. To keep you on the plantation, essentially. To keep you working for next to nothing. They get all the benefit, all the reward, the machine, women, whoever. They get 100% of the benefit of your energy, and you get a fraction of what you deserve from them. You get a fraction of the cooperation from women you deserve. You get a fraction of the pay that you deserve from your job. Because they want to keep you a slave. They want to keep getting the most while giving the least. It's all about extracting more than you give. That's how this machine works. That's how this matrix works. You need to become more selfish. You need to reject everything. You need to say, no, I want to be my own boss. I want to keep all of my wealth. I don't want to give my money to anyone. Hoard your resources. Hoard your power. Become selfish. Take. Do not give back to this sick society anymore. Do not give back to these succubus women. Do not give back to this garbage economy. Do not give your prime years working a slave job for a corporation. Create your own company. Create your own business. Be an entrepreneur. Be your own boss, no matter the cost. I would rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond. I would rather be the king of the trailer. I'd rather be the king of my own little trailer than be a peasant in a mansion, working ridiculously hard to stay in a big nice house or drive a big nice car. I would rather be the king of I suppose, a small kingdom than, a peasant who gets to be in a huge one, Keep everything for yourself. Be your own boss no matter the cost. you want your time. You want all of your time. You don't want to be working from 9 to 5. You want to be able to be free and work the hours you want to work, and all of the proceeds and all of the benefit goes to you, not to making some other man richer, not to bleeding your money into a woman. It is all for you, because at the end of the day, you are all you have. And when the chips are down, no one's going to be in your corner. Not your boss, not your little girlfriend, none of them. It's all about you and making yourself free and making yourself powerful. Reject everything you have been taught. Stop helping people that aren't helping you. Help yourself first, because no one's going to be there for you when you need them. It's all about you. It's all about building your power. Reject everything. One more aspect I think we need to talk about is religion. You need to become your own God. You know, this is something I learned from Mr. Jones and his Satanic Secrets program. You need to become your own God. The powers that be, I'm realizing, they respect people who help themselves. They help people who help themselves. Stop praying blindly to an outside, entity that isn't really there for you. Become your own God. Build your own power. Stop being concerned with what's going on around you. Only focus on your inner world. Your inner world is the only one that matters. Your will is the only one that matters. Make your dreams a reality. Make your reality the reality you want to see in the world. Stop focusing on other people and considering their feelings and their goals and trying to find a way to make it mesh with yours. Focus 100% of your time on your dreams, because you're the one that has to live with your decisions, nobody else. It's your life. Take it into your own hands. Do whatever you need to do, no matter how painful it is, to make your dreams a reality, because you will never have satisfaction in life unless you achieve what you truly want. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these thoughts in your head 24/7, 7 days a week, constantly playing. Those thoughts that you keep burying and rejecting and pushing down, that's your subconscious mind saying, this is what I really want. What you're pushing down is what you need to be chasing. Stop pushing it down. Start letting it flow through you. Go out there and make that a reality. That's what you were meant to do, not anything else. Not your slave job, none of that. What you find yourself thinking about 24/7, that you wish you had, that you wish you were doing, that's what you were meant to be doing. And not what you're actually doing right now. You're settling, you're coping. Throw it all away, no matter how painful it is, and go chase what you really want. You will find that you will have a new life inside of you. You will feel like you are reborn. You will feel like you are a kid again when you throw away your slavery, throw away your shackles, break free of the chains. Even if you have to starve for a little while, it's worth it. You will feel like I would rather starve as a free man than be full as a slave. I love being my own person, the freedom, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, not knowing if my businesses are going to thrive. That keeps you alive. Routine is death. Stability is death. Collecting a paycheck is death. Create your own power. Jump into the fire, as they say. That's chapter 2, by the way. Jump into the fire. But be unpredictable. Chase your dreams. That not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, that's what keeps you alive. That's all for chapter 1. Chapter 2. Jump into the fire. Once you reject everything, you are going to have to jump into the fire to chase what you truly want. There will be fear. There will be temptation to go back to the plantation. You will have doubts and cravings of comfort to go back to how simple and stable things used to be. But that is a trap. That is death. You do not go back to comfort, because comfort is death. Don't ever forget that. You need to constantly be growing. You need to constantly be thriving. You need to be reaching new plateaus, breaking through ceilings, jumping higher and higher. Never be complacent. Be calm, but don't be comfortable. Be relaxed, but don't be comfortable. Always be pushing yourself forward, because you want more out of this life than you have now. And to go back to the plantation, whatever that is, to go back to being comfortable is to admit to defeat. And you'll always have that quiet desperation in the back of your mind where I never reached my full potential. I never really did what I wanted to do. You need to stop that from happening at all costs by jumping into the fire. Regardless of how painful it is, it will always be worth it. You will always become stronger when you jump into the fire, even if you fail. My first 3 businesses failed, but I had to jump into the fire, and with every one of them, I grew more and more confident. Every failure I ever had made me more and more confident. You jump into the fire, you get burned, your skin becomes numb to the flames, and you are able to maneuver in environments that are incredibly unbearable for other people. These environments will become like second nature to you. The fire will become your new home. You will be comfortable in the fire. You will not feel the burn that you felt at first. You will be able to maneuver and operate through so many obstacles with ease when you get used to jumping into the fire, but you have to make that first jump. Whether it's starting your first business, whether it's walking up to that girl you've been wanting to talk to, regardless, you have to jump into the fire and you have to be ready to lose everything. The wrong decision is always better than indecision. Whether you start a business and fail, whether you get rejected with someone, whether you get in a fight and you lose the fight, at least you had the balls to do it, and you are now stronger and you are now a little more fearless than you were before you ever did it. But that indecision, that indecisiveness, that stagnation, that static behavior, not moving forward, not growing, not progressing, that is the most painful, miserable situation to be in. They say most men lead lives of quiet desperation. This still holds true to this day. Most men grow old and die miserable and have a fantasy playing in their head 24/7 of what if I really did what I wanted to do? What if I really chased what I wanted to chase? What if I jumped into the fire and made my dreams a reality? But they didn't do that, and they get to live the rest of their lives paying the price for not jumping into the fire. Even if you jump into the fire and you go for your dreams and you fail miserably, at least you will have the peace of mind knowing that you did everything in your power to make your dreams a reality and it just wasn't meant to be. That is much better than always having that what if in the back of my mind. What if I did it? Where would I be? What if I succeeded? I'll never know. Now I just get to live a miserable, complacent, mediocre, average life. That is worse than death. Indecision is always worse than the wrong decision. Jump into the fire at all costs. You are going to have obstacles come up, regardless of what you're doing. It could be in business. You will have to make a decision that's risky, that'll take you to the next level. If you mess up, you stand to lose everything. But you have to make that decision. You have to jump into the fire. You have to protect your dreams at all costs. You have to protect your goals at all costs. Even if you stand to lose everything, you have to jump in the fire and take that chance. Because if you stay stagnant, if you stay complacent, if you make no decision, it will slip through your hands like sand anyways. You always have to be moving forward. You always have to be growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. You always have to be jumping to new levels because you're either growing or you're dying. You cannot stand still. You cannot be complacent. You cannot not make a decision. If you don't make a decision, life is going to make a decision for you. And the narrative, the course that life creates for you, the path that has been created for you since the day you were born is not the path you want to be on. It is, like I said in chapter 1, the wolves and the sheep. The wolves have already created a path for you to go down that's going to lead to your slaughter. You're going to walk right up to the guillotine and they're going to cut your head off and eat you. From birth, your entire life has been planned. Why do you think you have a social security number? That's your slave number. You have your social security number. At 18, you open up a bank account, you get your first credit card, you start racking up debt, and you go right down the path that the slave master wants for you. You start work that shitty 9 to 5. You knock up your loser girlfriend. Now you have 2 kids. Now she left you. You're paying child support. You got credit card debt. You're working that slave job you hate. You have the noose around your neck. The slaves own you. You don't want that. Jump into the fire, chase your dreams, dump that shitty girlfriend, quit that shitty job, don't sign up for credit cards, do what you have to do to be as free as possible. Jump into the fire, reject the social norms. Do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing. If you want power, if you want freedom, if you want success, you have to do the exact opposite of what everyone else around you is doing. Because everyone else is on autopilot. Everyone else is under heavy mind control, and they are the slave class who has been brainwashed to go down the road that leads to certain destruction. You know this now. You have seen behind the curtain. You cannot go back to living a mediocre life like everyone else. You have to jump into the fire now, regardless of how painful it is, and make your dreams a reality, or die trying. That's it. It's that simple. Jump into the fire. You have nothing good waiting for you if you choose to be complacent, if you choose to be indecisive. Nothing good comes out of giving up. You have nothing to lose. You only lose when you give up. You only lose when you stop trying. You need to jump into the fire at all costs. You can only go up from here. Chapter 3. Unleash Your Power. There's going to come a point where you start to become freakishly good at what you're doing. You start to develop your wealth. You start to develop your skills. It becomes blatantly obvious to you that you are now superior to everybody around you. I want to take a moment to congratulate you. You've earned that. You've earned that power. You've gone through the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to develop that power. It's going to take years, but you've earned it. However, you're going to want to unleash your power on society. You're going to want to flex. You're going to want to show the world what you have. And you need to do so very carefully, because just because you've grown and changed and improved yourself doesn't mean anyone in society has, and doesn't mean anyone in society is going to appreciate that. Most people are going to hate you for that. They're going to become jealous. They're going to want to shoot you down. You know, you have the ability to fly now, and they're going to want to shoot you down because they can't fly. You need to operate under the radar when you are unleashing your power. You need to be able to, you don't have to fit in, but you have to blend in. Because you don't want to become a target. You know, whether you are a successful business owner, whether you are great with women, you need to do everything under the radar, because this society, this matrix, is set up to destroy the rare people like you, who have actually broken free from the mind control and are living a much freer life than the masses are. You need to be able to stealthily move in and out of different social circles, different classes of people. If you desire true freedom, you need to be able to maneuver stealthily without raising any suspicions in order to keep your freedom and keep your power without having too many obstacles in your way. If you're a successful business owner and you've got millions in the bank, no one needs to know that. Live a modest life. Live in a modest house. Drive a modest car. You know, if you are someone who's becoming very good with women because you've developed that skill, you've jumped into the fire, and you've really learned how to manipulate and do what you need to do, you know, and develop your confidence and your self-worth and radiate an aura of power, you do it in a more humble way. Not because you're a humble person and you don't want to make people feel bad, but because you don't want to develop too many haters who are trying to bring you down and create obstacles for you. Now, if you've truly built your power and your wealth, you will have the resources to defend yourself from that, but you don't want unnecessary problems. You know, if you're doing very good with women, don't advertise it on social media. Don't put too many pictures of you with tons of different women or with your sports car or with your big business. Keep everything underground. Keep everything low key when you unleash your power. Unleash it very sparingly. You know, don't let the whole world know that you are now the big man on campus. Because people in the Matrix, the drones, the masses, they're all like Agent Smiths in the movie The Matrix. Everyone running around is like a little Agent Smith, and the second they see you're one of the awakened people, you know, they all hone in on you and they come for you and they try to take you down. They try to like an angry mob. They all come for you. You don't want to be a target. Once you achieve everything you want in life, you still have to blend in. You still have to be low key. You still have to be under the radar because no one is going to catch up to you and no one is going to give you a pat on the back and give you the credit you think you deserve now that you've made it. You know, if anything, jealousy and hatred are going to influence a lot of people's, you know, decisions on how they deal with you once they know that you are someone special. You never let them know that. You get everything you want out of life, you get everything you want out of society, and you enjoy the spoils of war in the shadows. You enjoy your power in the darkness by yourself, as you should, because it's yours and yours only. The true power comes from the shadows, as Mr. Jones would say in his videos. True power is in the shadows, it's not in the spotlight. The people in the spotlight are mere puppets that are being extorted and used to bring in more power for the people in the shadows who own them. You want to be one of those people in the shadows. You don't want to be in the spotlight. You don't want to be a Kardashian. You want to be one of the people that owns the television network that the Kardashians are even on, right? Metaphorically speaking, you want to be that big, powerful businessman in the shadows that owns the people that we see on TV. That's who's really powerful, not the people in the spotlight. I'm just speaking metaphorically here. I'm not telling anyone to go become some big Hollywood big shot. But the point is, you want to be a powerful person in the shadows. You don't want to be in the spotlight, because when you're in the spotlight, you cast an even bigger shadow around you that brings more trouble to you than it's worth. Unleash your power sparingly, you know, modestly, humbly, at the right times, and never let people know what you truly know, and never let people know what you truly have. That is your business and your business only. That is not for the people around you to know. You always have to have an aura of mystery about you. You always have to have a secretive sort of nature, because the wolves are always watching you and everyone wants a piece of what you have. People are starving, people are drowning, you know, and they will cling on to you like a life jacket and bring you down with them when they know what you have. And if you're a man in this modern society, hide your resources. Don't keep everything out in the open. Don't let everyone know what you have. There are loopholes to all the problems you have. And the elite, the people who run things, they know all these loopholes and they are taking advantage of them to the best of their ability. And you need to do that as well. Don't be a sucker. Don't play the game the way everyone else is playing the game. There are creative loopholes around every problem you have. It is up to you to find them and create them for yourself so you can have true peace of mind and really achieve homeostasis. On a closing note, I want to say to anyone listening, if you have purchased this program, listen to it every single day for at least 30 days. Listen to this program every day for 30 days so it truly burns into your subconscious mind and you will never forget it. Do not take this program lightly. Listen to it for the rest of your life. Listen to it for years because you're building your power slowly. This is not an overnight process. This is a lifelong journey, and I have given you a tool that you can use for the rest of your life to build your power. Listen to this video frequently. Check back with it frequently. See how knowledge from the video is changing your personal life month after month, year after year. Do not take this program lightly. Let it burn into your brain. Let my voice become the voice that's in your head. Burn my voice into your subconscious mind and allow me to give my power to you forever. Thank you for listening. Chapter 4, Understanding Power. You know, I was going to end the program at Chapter 3. I figured that was enough to get my point across as far as, what this program entails and give you a basic understanding of what true power is. Because make no mistake, this is an entry-level program. This is my first program. This is basically a sort of introduction to information I'm going to give you guys. However, I want you to know something. And this is the reason why I felt it was necessary to make this chapter. You need to understand that power is simple, but it is not easy. See, never believe anyone who tells you that the road to success and the road to power is this very complicated scientific formula that has to be executed perfectly, and you need to pay me, ridiculous amounts of money for nonstop coaching sessions until we reach that. No, it's not true. There are things you don't know, but they are very simple things. Power is simple, but it's not easy. See, power is like bodybuilding, right? It's very simple. I'm just going to go to the gym and I'm going to pick up these weights and I'm going to get ripped. But it's easier said than done. That's the same thing with power, right? You go to talk to a woman. You go to start a business. You go to influence people, whatever it is. But it's a simple thing. You just walk up and do it, right? But you don't know how to do it because you haven't built up that muscle. That's all it is. See, the tools that I give you guys, I give you different tools and I charge different amounts for them, but they are simple things. They are not rocket science, mathematical formulas. Anyone who tries to tell you that achieving power is this ridiculous scientific process, it's not true. It can be complicated when you don't know what you're doing, but once you really start pushing yourself and applying, yourself and sort of developing your rhythm and your understanding, it gets easier as you go along. It's always hard in the beginning. It's just like weightlifting. The first time you go to the gym is the most painful thing on earth. But once you start bench pressing a lot, once you start, getting your reps up, suddenly you can bench, 10 pounds more every single week. Before you know it, you're benching 250, 300. It's the same thing with building your power. It's very simple steps, but most people don't have the heart to do them. Most people don't have the heart to take that first jump and start a business, and sign the LLC and get started and start, renting a property for their store or something like that. This program is really to get you in the groove of taking action. This isn't the end-all, be-all program that's going to, be the step A to Z guide per se. But if you really apply this program, I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. Although this isn't my best program, nowhere near my best. If you really apply this one a lot, if you really study it as you go along, whatever you're doing in life, whatever sort of venture you are going into, if you really study it, this program alone can give you the power you need to achieve your goals, because this program is mental reinforcement. This program is the kick in the ass you need to get off the fucking couch and get started. Okay? Listen to this program many times a month. Let my voice, like I said in chapter 3, be the voice that is implanted in your head, and you will feel more fearless in getting up and getting started and getting the ball rolling. Once you get the ball rolling, yeah, of course, I'll have other programs to help massage the process and groove you in the right direction to make things easier. But this is going to kick you into high gear and really get you out there so you can start getting, a fingertip feel for what you actually need to do. Now, if you want to wing it and if you want to just sort of learn the hard way a little bit in life, the school of hard knocks, that's what I did, that's completely fine. With this program alone, you'll be able to do that if you keep listening to it and really applying the knowledge I gave in the first 3 chapters. You can make shit happen with just this program. Absolutely. It's going to be a little more, rough and choppy and, a little more, I don't know how to say it, hectic or wild, but you'll get the job done. Absolutely. Like I said, I'll have programs to sort of smoothen things out and make things a little more clear, but understand the highlight of this chapter is to let you know that you can rest easy, mentally, because power is simple. It's not complicated. Don't ever let anyone sell you some crazy, wild scientific formula of what you need to do. It's not true. It's developing your own style. It's developing your own groove, your own rhythm, right? But having the discipline to make it happen. Understanding that it's simple, but it's going to be incredibly painful. It's like lifting weights. You're going to be weak at first, but you keep going. You keep building that power. You understand that it's simple. You understand that you're getting stronger every single time you do it, right? Every single time you apply yourself, you're becoming more powerful than you were the day before. But you have to understand that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be incredibly painful, right? But the blessing is that it's incredibly simple at the same time. As you go, your mind will start to recognize patterns on how to deal with people. You will do this all on your own. You don't need to be tricked into, giving someone ridiculous amounts of money all the time for coaching. If you really push yourself. Now, this is for the people like me. I mean, this is just how I was. I had the balls to just go out there and do it myself and take the blows and take the pain and the disappointment. But I had the heart to keep going and recognize patterns in life. And that's how I built my power. It was simple, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't complicated. It was just failing so many times in a row that I started to see patterns of how to be successful, right? It's getting 0.001% stronger every single day. See, the thing about power is that, or what I should say, the thing about wisdom, the wisdom is information applied correctly. See, I can give you all the information in the world, but if you don't go out there and apply it, you're never really going to know how to use it. It's like knowing how to fight, right? Knowing how to fight by watching people fight and then knowing how to fight by actually fighting are 2 very different things. When you're actually in a situation, you can't just pause and think about how to deal with it. You have to learn instinct. You have to learn how to think on your feet and take action, right? That's why throwing yourself out there is the quickest, I'd say, strategy to building your power. It's the most effective because you learn by doing. You have to apply the knowledge. Application is everything. Taking action, executing is everything. I'm giving you all the knowledge you need, but make no mistake, you need to go out there in the field and fucking execute this shit. Don't just sit at home listening to the advice I give you and never doing anything and then getting mad at me when nothing in your life changes. Think of it this way. You are a vessel, okay? You are a physical vessel. And I am the spirit. You're listening to me, right? I am the spirit that enters your vessel and guides you to power and guides you to success and guides you to whatever it is you want in life. But you still have to take action. You have to give the spirit something to work with. You have to allow me, to enter your mind and use you as the vessel to get to power. And you will get to reap the rewards and enjoy the benefits of that power. But you have to give me something to work with, right? You have to go out there and take action. You have to give my program something to work with to build your power. Don't expect it to be easy. Expect to fail a bunch of times. Expect rejection. Expect disappointment. But you're getting stronger every time, and you are recognizing new patterns and new avenues to execute every single time, right? That's all it is. Power is simple, but it's not easy. Understand power. Chapter 5. Power is everything. As men, you have been brainwashed and deceived to think that being a good, honorable man, being an upstanding citizen, caring for people, loving thy neighbor, treating people good, being positive, these are the things that are going to get you what you want in life. These are the things that are going to get you the woman you want or the money you want, whatever you desire in life. You think that being what you think that person wants is going to get you that, or being what you think you need to be to attract maybe a career opportunity or whatever is gonna get you what you want. But the thing is, in this sick, twisted world we live in, as things are now, people only respond to power. Women only respond to power. Men who only respond to power and respect and fear. Love and adoration will not protect you from the things that are after you, and it will not get you what you want either. You have to understand that people in this sort of Western society we live in are really nothing more than animals. They respond to fear, they respond to power, they respond to dominance. Women especially, but men too. Men this day and age are so bitch made that they respond to the same things that women respond to for the most part. So don't ever think it's you or your personality or your integrity. That whole treat people how you want to be treated is bullshit. It's all about power this day and age. Now, power is an energy you exude. It starts in your mind. If you're asking, well, how do I get power? You create power from within inside you. You don't go out there and get handed power or, get put in the right situation to get power. There are very rare circumstances where you can be put in a position of power, and that'll give off the impression that you're more powerful than you are, but when push really comes to shove, you will be exposed if you don't create power from within inside yourself. It all starts in your own mind. It all starts with a thought in your own mind. You start telling yourself you're powerful. You start carrying yourself like you're powerful, and people around you will start to take heed and start to take notice. It all starts from within inside your mind. It's all about how you feel. It's not about what you have. You don't have to have a nice car or a nice house or nice clothes to exude power and to attract power into your life. It's about how you command respect. It's about how you feel about yourself. Don't get caught up on confidence. Fuck confidence. Determination, hunger, a lust for power, a desire for more, a burning sensation inside you, a burning fire inside you that can never be put out. This constant hunger for more. That will give you an aura of true power that you can use to command a lot of respect and fear out of people. And people will get out of your way, and then the people you want things from will give you what you want in most cases. But it all starts from within inside your mind. It all starts from inside you. See, what you don't understand, everything you needed to be who you want to be in life was given to you at birth. Everything is inside you. Your journey isn't going out there and trying to find things to put inside yourself to make yourself the man you want to be. The journey is understanding that everything is locked away inside you, and step by step as life goes on, you are unlocking certain treasure chests inside yourself that help you get what you want out of life. But it was inside you all along. You just had to learn how to dig it out. The first step in doing that is creating your power from within, telling yourself you're a powerful person, telling yourself I am my own God, telling yourself I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get what I want. Remember, it's not about confidence, it's about determination. See, confidence is a state you psych yourself up in, and every little blow you take is going to wither on your confidence and make you second guess yourself and make you doubt yourself, and your confidence can be bruised and destroyed. But hunger and determination can never be taken away from you. A hunger and a determination for success is often perceived as confidence by people around you, and no amount of failure is going to take that away from you, because When you're hungry and you want to eat a steak, okay, or whatever, you're hungry, you want to go get like a banana off a tree. It doesn't matter how many times you trip and fall on the way to the tree to go get that banana. You're so determined, you're so hungry, you're going to get that banana hanging from the tree no matter what. It doesn't matter how many times you slip and fall and stumble on the way there, fall down the tree, because you're determined. So when you're determined, you can't fail because you'll keep trying with an intense lust and intense desire. That's how you create power. That's how you chase power. It's all about determination. It's all about hunger. You know, you've been tricked into thinking, oh, I have to be confident. Oh, I can't do this until I'm in the right state of mind. I can't do this until I psych myself up. Those are traps set by society to keep you from ever taking action. All you need is a determination. All you need is a lust and a hunger for power and a burning desire from within you. And you will go out there and you will chase it and you will do what you have to do to get power. Understand that as a man, you are a human doing. You know, we've all heard, oh, women are human beings, men are human doings. But you're not a human doing in a sense where if you treat people good, you'll get what you want, or if you make people feel good, you'll get what you want. You're a human doing in the sense where people only judge you as a man by how powerful you are. If you're not powerful, people view you as worthless. As a man, you're a power object. Not even a success object, a power object. You know, women are sex objects, men are power objects. If you lose your power tomorrow, all of these people that are giving you love and adoration and praise will disappear overnight. You know, don't ever think it's you that people love in this society. It is your power. It is your, I'm not even going to say success. I'm going to say power because that's really the root of it. Success is a byproduct of power. But the second you lose your power, everyone disappears. You need to remember that so that you don't get caught up when you're dealing with people, because what's going to happen is the more powerful you get, you're going to attract more women, you're going to attract more guys in your life that suddenly want to be around you. People are going to start wanting things from you, and you have to be very careful not to get attached to these people because it was your power that attracted them in the first place. It wasn't you, it was your power. Don't ever forget that. You're nothing. Your power is what attracted these people. Now, I don't like this. I think it's sick. I think it's dysfunctional. I think it's twisted. But this is the world we live in, and you need to adapt to that reality. You as the man, you don't mean shit. You're not worth shit. It's the power you created for yourself. It's the energetic, powerful aura you're exuding that people are drawn to. It's not you. You're like a drug dealer, and the drug you're dealing is power. If a drug dealer runs out of his drugs, everybody loses interest in him. No one wants to go see the drug dealer. No one wants to call the drug dealer. Men, you're like the drug dealer, right? Women are attracted to your power. Other guys are attracted to your power because they want some of it. People want to be around you because of your power, but it's not you, it's your power. Your power is everything. It's not you. So cut your emotional ties to people. I'm going to do another program on how to really get women going crazy after you forever, and how to have tons of them, and how to have them put you on a pedestal in your mind. But what it really comes down to is your ability to not get attached to people and only focus on your power. This is the secret in life as a man to being the most desirable, to being the most successful, you know, to being the most attractive. It's putting your power before everyone else. Fall in love with your power. Fall in love with your purpose. Don't fall in love with a woman. Don't fall in love with making friends. Don't fall in love with material objects. You know, don't fall in love with religion. Fall in love with your own inner power, your own inner godhood, because that's all you have at the end of the day. And that's all people really respect and admire about you, whether they know it or not. It's not the man, it's his power. Power is everything. Chapter 6, The Art of Dying. You know, everything up until this point in the program has been about building your power and being selfish and, you know, putting yourself first to achieve your goals and cutting your ties with people that are going to, you know, bring you down. But what I need to share with you guys before I end the program, the final step in building your power, is the art of dying, right? Initially, you have to jumpstart yourself by becoming more selfish than you've ever been, becoming more determined than you've ever been, becoming more hungry than you've ever been to get the ball rolling and really start working rapidly towards your goals to make up for lost time. However, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to drop the power hungry mentality. And once you've reached a certain point and you have enough of what you need and the ball is rolling in the right direction and things are starting to go good for you, you have to let go of the lust for power. Now, you can still stay determined, you can still stay hungry to a degree to chase what you want, but you can't let that lust for power and that lust for monetary gain and that lust for success consume you, because whatever you feel, that's what you are in all aspects of your life. If you're a person who lusts for money and power, you're going to lust for sex. You're going to lust for drugs and alcohol. You're going to lust for junk food. Whatever you feel, you are in all aspects of your life. So initially, it is good to get you jump-started in the right process as far as going after what you want. But you're going to reach a point where you're going to reach sort of a fork in the road where you're either going to choose for the rest of your life to continue going down the lust and power and success path, or you're going to have to let some of it go and focus more on a self-love and knowledge and giving back towards, society and the people around you. Because when you give love to others, you're giving love to yourself, right? When you chase lust and power, you also chase certain poisons that are going to hurt you at the same time. If you hate someone, you hate yourself too, because all your subconscious mind understands is that you are feeling hatred, right? If someone really ripped me off and I decide to hate them forever, and all I think about is the hatred that I have for them, I'm eventually going to hate myself at the same time. So while these feelings are useful in certain situations and when you're at certain points in your life, there will come a point where you have to sort of flip it off like a light switch. Now, there may come times in the future where you have to flip it back on again. But if you leave something on for too long, if you leave the mask on for too long, you eventually become the mask. Now, I'm not saying, chasing power and success is a mask. But if you get locked in that mentality for so long and you forget why you were doing it, it will start to consume you, and you'll start to chase power you don't even need anymore. You have so many millionaires and billionaires that they stopped needing the money a long time ago. They don't need to rip people off. They don't need to stomp and conquer. They have more than enough, but you get so locked into that mentality, you get so addicted that you can't turn it off. There's going to come a point where you need to slow down and start focusing on, the bigger picture and what actually makes you feel good and what makes you feel, at peace. At the end of the day, you want peace of mind. Although chasing power is a necessary step in this matrix we live in, the end goal is peace of mind. I'm not going to say true happiness because the circumstances we live in make it very difficult to achieve true happiness, but we'll go with peace of mind is the end goal. So you may even have mentors. I have people I've worked with and I have people that I looked up to that I see are just stuck in the power and consumption state. And although that's an effective mentality to have, and it will create a lot of power for you, if you just keep at it, it's like driving a car at the rev line all the time. That fucking engine is gonna explode. Eventually you have to slow it down. If you're just full speed ahead, full throttle all the time, eventually you're gonna implode. You're gonna have an explosion from within. It's not natural to stay in that state all the time. That part of you has to die to a degree. In order for one door to open, another door has to close. In order for the door of true peace to open, you do have to close the door of complete consumption, complete chasing, complete lust for success, complete lust for money and power, complete lust for women, complete lust for sex and junk food. You do have to close that door if you do want true peace. Now, everything I've said in the program up until this point are the things you need to do to set up the foundation. But eventually, it's like the singer, it's like the I believe the jazz singer Miles Davis said. He said, I went to school to learn music. I learned all the notes, I mastered all the songs, but then I just forgot about all that shit and I started to play, right? That's where you want to end up. You build the foundation, you build the money, you build the power for yourself so that you're set for the rest of your life. But eventually, you want to forget about all that shit and actually start living, right? That's the ultimate end goal. So don't make chasing power and money and status and women, don't make chasing power just for the sake of power your mission, right? Your mission is, at the end of the day, peace and, dare I say, happiness. So understand that these are stepping stones, these are tools, and you're going to have to eventually kill that part of you and enjoy the spoils of your efforts. Enjoy the prize, enjoy the resources, the gains that you've created from chasing power. But you're going to have to let go of the power chasing mentality once you've achieved that, because it no longer serves you, and it can consume you if you just become addicted to more and more and more. You do have to let go at a certain point. That part of you does have to die. And that's where I am. That's where I am right now, and it's tricky because we live in a matrix where you wouldn't have really ever had to chase power. Like originally, if we weren't in the matrix, right? If we were back in the caveman days, you wouldn't really have to do any of this. So all of this, to a degree, is unnatural. But it is what we have to do to get where we want to go. But once you start going in the direction you want to go, of course you keep pursuing your dreams, but you turn off that initial power-hungry mentality. And you take things a little bit slower and you focus more on your peace and your health and your well-being. Because, like I said, that is the end goal. So that's the art of dying, the art of killing that power-hungry monster you created to get the ball rolling and achieve and chase those goals, but understanding that that is not the final destination. That is only the jumpstart you need to start going in the right direction. Now, you still maintain your power from within. You still view yourself as as a god, essentially, but the chase, the hunger, has to subside. You still respect yourself and treat yourself and feed yourself like a god, and make sure that you are in tip-top shape, physically, spiritually, mentally. But that initial lust, that initial chasing does have to subside if you want to achieve true peace. And you do want to focus on building a healthy ecosystem of people around you once you have taken care of yourself. Once you've sort of fed yourself, you do start to gain pleasure from giving back and feeding the people around you and helping the people around you. And that's the highest level of consciousness, is not only helping yourself through selfishness, but now spreading that success and that wealth and that knowledge with everyone around you. And now you truly feel fulfilled on a deeper level that you never have before. So it's essentially killing the selfish, greedy monster inside you that was beneficial up until a certain point, and replacing it with a more loving, peaceful, selfless sort of mentality. Now, it's not becoming completely selfless. It's not becoming Mother Teresa and giving away all your resources and tangibles. And it's just finding a sort of middle ground where you can give back to a degree and still enjoy what you've earned, without becoming a total, power-hungry monster. But yeah, that's the art of dying.